All right, folks. Good morning. Just hopped out of bed. Got some coffee. All right. Well, let's take a look at what the new raid has to offer, shall we? Let's see what's going on. Okay, so how to earn medals. Oh, it's 10 days again. Okay. Yeah, I think this is the same length of a raid, right? I think someone said it was longer. Is that right? Okay, so what are the other cards that they didn't reveal yet? Brightlands Viper. 2/4/5 for 4. Trigger a Spirit Stone ability against Sniper and +1. Okay, so this would really only be good with flank. And triggering the Spirit Stone ability on other cards was always really rough. Oh, hey, buddy. Good to have you here, Ecclesiarch. Great job on the reveals and everything. I actually didn't get a chance to watch your full video, so I need to do that. Because I was in the midst of some stuff yesterday. But yeah, I mean, I think they're building out some cool stuff, like we were talking about. You know, maybe more kind of troop focused, Galen focused, sort of synergies, which is nice. What is this? Anak Shrine? Anakth Shrine? 1. Give Shuriken 1 to a friendly troop. And then 1 Spirit Stone. Create a copy of this in your hand. Huh. So there's a lot of stuff with like cheap Spirit Stone kind of like bonuses. Which definitely feels like a Galen buff for sure. If you're gonna play these new cards. Hey Dave. I think I saw you were streaming earlier. How did it go? Oh hi, yes, I know. You guys see my cat? I don't know if you can see her on the a little bit. She's just rolling around. Being all crazy. Nice. That's great. Hey, it's always good to have more folks shouting out this game. You know? Especially because hopefully all these improvements we're going to see soon. Just having a quick bite. Oh. Well, thanks for being here, Dave. I'm excited to play some of the decks that I've been playing on ladder. See if I can get them a little bit better. Meta seems fine. I think the only thing that's a little sad is that Emperor's Children are they're in a really tough spot right now. Especially into other aggro. Like, because they don't have any Vanguard. You know that if you just completely steamroll what they're doing and stay ahead on tempo, it's so hard for them to catch up. So with the fact that I think Sylar's pretty good this season, or Harkin's pretty good this season, so is Swarmlord with the change / buff to stealth builds. Yeah, I don't know. I think Emperor's Children are going to be struggling for quite a while. This legendary seems great. I mean, having another 4 energy stealth that just hits kind of like a truck. Yeah, this just reminds me of the other legendary 4-drop that's stealth. Except this has 5 health, so this is even harder to die by Blaster AoE. So Waystone. Stealth, when a unit loses stealth, give it Shuriken 1. So I have to figure out how this, like, does this work where it's like as the attack goes through and it loses stealth, it gets that Shuriken? Oh, no, no, no. Rather, it's right. It's like you have this plus another stealth unit. The next turn comes, it loses stealth, it gains Shuriken 1. Yeah, so this is just a buff to any stealth unit you've got on the board, which is awesome. And then the Flicker Jump, which you should be able to guarantee, right? This is a stealth unit, so you'll have access to this the next turn. Give Shuriken 1 and flying to a friendly infantry this turn. You can also give it to this guy, right? Because it's friendly infantry. And if it has stealth, give it flank. Yeah, so wow, just a lot of utility out of this card. Managed to get the new legendary with the Eldar defense card. That's so funny, right? Because you can still do that because it's in the card pool. Huh. Right, and like it, so Ecclesiarch, I'm sure you explained this, right? So targeted for 1 turn or until it attacks. Got it. So this can kind of just sit there for that first turn. And then its ability, Empiric Ambush, 2 energy, deal 2 damage. If the target dies, give stealth to a random friendly infantry. Yeah, I mean, this is definitely a powerful ability. Being able to give stealth to something is just pretty solid. So I wonder what it would be like if you build Lycus with, if she's kind of like the sort of infantry, other Spirit Stone kind of warlord. But I wonder if Galen would just be better. Because you're not getting a ton out of this particular ability, right? It's really just the Empiric Ambush. New card back from the raid. Did I miss that? Where is that? Ooh, this one. Dang. That's pretty clean. That's pretty clean. So, alright. I might honestly just save my raid tokens for this. Because that is pretty clean. I like that. Right, and then this is the one of the few premium campaigns I don't have. So that's something I might do at some point. I actually just finished it the other day, which is so funny because Eldar I used to play Eldar all the time. But it's been a long time. This is a sick card back though. This goes hard. Not gonna lie. Alright, so some of the other cards. So Lycus is interesting in the sense that obviously it plays really well with the infantry units. It's got this ability to like keep, you know, stealthing things or just taking some decent advantage out of your ability. I feel like Galen probably just gets a bigger buff if it wants to run more infantry units, but I'll be interested to see how powerful this can be. Stealth is a really powerful mechanic in this game, and so, you know, I don't want to overwrite that. Okay, Farseer. 3, I don't know if I saw this. 3 energy, 3/4/3. Waystone. When you collect a Spirit Stone, gain shield. Okay. And then one stone, choose a card from your deck and draw it. Okay, so you get to look at 3 and draw. Yeah, I mean, this is a really nice, again, sort of Galen-esque card, right? When you collect a Spirit Stone, gain a shield. So, I mean, that's can be very easy to set up with her ability. And then you get to use a Spirit Stone to then draw something from your deck, and you've got a 3/4/3 with shields. It seems really solid. Okay, yeah, a lot more infantry support. Forewarned, 3 energy. Right, I think I saw this. Give +3/+3 to a friendly unit this turn. 1 Spirit Stone, also give it shield. Yeah, the shield stuff is interesting because of stealth and shuriken. It can be quite good. This feels a little clunky to me for 3. But I mean, you come out of stealth and you just smack something for like a huge amount of damage. I could see Forewarned, you know, doing some work. But I don't know. 2 and 3 energy stratagems have to be pretty good for you to play them, because it's just so much better to play units most of the time. Yeah, I think you're right, Ecclesiarch. Yeah. I mean, most of the stuff that just is like decent on its face and then has some sort of Waystone ability just seems great. Yeah, Farseer seems good for her. Forewarned, I think I could see like maybe a copy or two in like like Eliac, or maybe this build with Lycus. I don't know how you pronounce her name or their name. Because then you can just give this to something that has stealth and like close out the game with it. But I don't know, three energy. I mean, it's a huge boost in stats plus a shield ideally, but that seems a little not sure about that. Then Death Spinner was this was interesting, right? Yeah, one energy for a 1/3/1. It gives you a Waystone. This is like something that I think both Jane and Galen could play pretty happily. But it's got stealth, and then for one Waystone, it gets flank. So into certain matchups, this would suck, right? So Harkin would just clear this immediately. But then if you've got that extra Spirit Stone giving it flank, 1 energy for a 3-power flanker that also gives you a Waystone when it dies is not bad. But again, yeah, this fits more into, because Galen can functionally guarantee these stones more often. It's going to be interesting to see how Lycus sort of lines up. Because, yeah, this all looks like Galen fodder to me. And then 2 for 2/2. Great. I love this art. So cool. Waystone, stealth. So another 2-drop stealth. So now they've got the sniper and this. And then they have the 1-drop now. Stealth, when you collect a Spirit Stone. These sorts of abilities, though, are pretty bad, generally, when you collect a Spirit Stone. But it gets +1/+1 in stealth. I mean, so what the dream is like, I don't know, on 4 energy, you make the thing off Galen, you play this. They clear the thing on Galen. You attack next turn, then you collect the stone, buff it. It has 1 health and it has stealth again. I mean, the sniper one is better in a few senses, though this has 3 health instead of 2. Yeah, I feel like this will see play. I don't know how much the second clause will matter. I think this is more like it's a 2-drop that has Waystone, that is stealth. That's probably what you're getting out of the card. Farseer Skyrunner. I don't think I saw this one. So 5 for 4/5/5 with flying. 2 stones. Choose a card in the enemy hand and shuffle it into their deck. And this is a vehicle. Yeah. The stats are decent. I don't think this really makes the cut, personally, but kind of a cool concept. There's the Autarch, which is a lot of stats, right? It's Waystone, give +1/+1/+1 to all your troops. This is like a big of the, what is it, the 2 energy one that buffs +1/+1/+1. Yeah, Uriel could be good when we see the kind of natural resurgence of Eldar on the ladder. Yeah, to me, I think Eldar's best, like, as much as I like whatchamacallit, Jane, and she can counter certain matchups. I think Eliac has slowly been getting better over time. So I'd be interested to see how that if I was going to play Eldar, I'd probably play Eliac. But yeah, on 6, it's hard for me to judge this sort of stuff because it's really only doing work if you're sort of ahead, and you really can't afford to run too few like flankers or things that have immediate impact. So I think cards like Autarch, although it is it's a common, so it probably just won't see much play. This card's interesting. Fate is inescapable. This costs 1 less if you control the unit with stealth, which is really easy to set up. get vulnerable to an enemy troop. So essentially can clear, you know, anything from like 4 to 6 health pretty easily from 1 energy if you have 1 stealth unit. And it plays really well with Shuriken. So again, I think Eldar really love their stuns and their sort of damage based kind of like removal, but this might see play too. Could. Yeah, it's a better Warlock. It's a better Warlock, but it's coming down on 6. And I think Warlock is just, I don't know. I mean, this thing is huge, right? And it is to all troops, so it'll buff itself, right? It becomes a 6/7/7 for 6. That is pretty big. So maybe that will be good enough. So those are all the cards. Got some fun little cosmetics that we get here. And right, and then, but honestly, might just go for this and then try and use a wild card or something on or hope I open the new warlord and stuff. Okay, so we've got our quest here. Right, gets close by playing Simon Han in multiplayer mode. Yeah. Okay. So let's knock that out because I want to play some other decks as well. But yeah, thanks folks for hanging out. So what do I have? What do I have in the way of Eldar decks? It's been a minute since I really played them. Okay, this was Zephyr aggro. I think this was. So I've seen other lists running around, but I think I was pretty happy with this. Really like the Craft World convergence. Also, the deck layout looks so much better on. There must have been a bug while they were waiting to like reveal this. I imagine like they were prepping it and then it like sort of messed up the first couple times. I mean, generally I've liked this. I don't know if Kelinaris like fits. I sometimes like playing this because it's just a pile of stats that gives you a little bit of bonus on Spirit Stones. Might just want to run an extra Hornet, which I think at times can be really powerful because you're beating down. This build could be updated. So I have that. I have this old Keltalk build, which I think is pretty much all the cards that I like to run. Right, I was running 1 Infinity Circuit because it felt a little off when I played 2. And then 1 Vengeful Wraithblade. So we've got that. Maybe we'll try that. Jane. This deck list I've been pretty happy with. Overall. The only thing I don't like about Jane is that when you get out aggressed, it's really hard to recover, whereas Elliot can kind of keep beating down. But this deck has probably been my winningest Eldar deck that I've played overall. And then Galen, I don't even know if I have her anymore. I haven't played her in so long. Yeah, I probably just deleted the build. So, hey, Anzac. Oh, thanks so much with the sub, dude. Much appreciated on the support. Yeah, we got a big stream day today. We're gonna do Warpforge for a couple of hours. I started early because I actually have to end early, unfortunately. But I'm definitely gonna try and stream a bit more in the next week or so, just because I miss it. I really miss it. But yeah, thanks for being here, buddy. I hope everything's going well with you. Anzac also, if anyone doesn't know, is a content creator, does a lot of really, honestly, just very fun stuff. I feel like I'm always playing my card games and my strategy stuff. Anzac does too, but I like Anzac's very fun to watch. Alright, well, yeah, we might as well have some fun here. Let's, maybe we'll just play Eldar builds, and then we'll switch if we lose. So let's start with what I think is my strongest, which is Jane. Let's start here. I guess Eldar should be my fourth faction this season. Just kind of makes sense because I'm going to be playing them on ladder. Alright. Against Tigurius, we just need to be the beatdown. I mean, we're pretty much the beatdown in every matchup. Hunter is good later for the Inceptor. But and I think we take bombardment. Generally in this matchup, the way you lose is getting rushed down. We both kind of have to play to the board, but they get a little bit more punished because I can just keep stun locking them. So, and here I'm just going to beat down. They're going to spend early turns trying to fish for their stuff. Thanks, buddy. It's good to see you. So yeah, we got new Eldar, and then we've got some, quality of life updates. I think, they're starting to kind of come out now, which is really good to see. And then we should get next month, so either August. Yeah, probably August we'll get an announcement about a new faction, which is always exciting. Okay, so they went for damage there. That's kind of not what I would expect. Which is genuinely pretty okay for us. Got a pretty good curve here. I think we'll just go Dance of Death into Striking Scorpion. And this costs 5, and the other legendary costs 4. That's going to be a really nasty curve when people do it. Okay, so just trying to get some defense down. Makes sense. So, okay, well, I definitely want to clear this. I can't really afford to Dance of Death this turn. But yeah, I can play Shining Spear, keep this alive to maybe trade some damage, clear this. So they must have another 4-drop. Okay, well, that kind of backfires for us a little bit. But I think that's okay. Hope everyone can hear the sounds okay. Oh, are my chats layered here? Oh, that was because I switched it for the other. Yeah. I think I'll just keep it. No, I don't want to keep it there. I'm going to just delete this one for now. Cool. Okay. Are we shielding here? No. Okay. It's an interesting play. Alright, well, just gonna clear and slam this guy. So this is 8 plus, Dance of Death would be 16 with my ability. Okay, really good stun from them, which is fairly annoying. Okay, Hornet actually perfectly clears this, so very good. I'll be careful of my life total here. Okay. Well, so far we've gotten unfortunately the worst end of the stick with bombardment, which might end up getting us this game. But we've always got our sword as the 8 damage out. Okay, so they're gonna shields and doctrine. Yeah, that's pretty good. Gonna hit us down to 6 here. Yeah, they're running a different build than I have. Alright, we're gonna stun them for sure. And then I think we want to draw. And then we'll play our warp spider here. Just gotta find the right window here. But we are really low, so it's not going to take much for them to potentially just take us out here. But if they just play to the board, we've got it. So if they spam shield, it's annoying. Okay. All right, 2. That's potentially not dead. Storm Raven. Okay. Oh. All right. It's been a long time since I died to that. Fair enough. That is unfortunate. All right, well I lost with this, so now I gotta switch. All right, let's go with Iliac. Jeez, that's a sad way to lose. Such a good start too. But the stun on our stealth was insanely good for them. That basically won them the game. Right. We can ship those back. Definitely take Surge. Did Biff. They generally don't have much to play on 2, so I could hold Ranger for a later turn. I think I will. Might go Ranger on 4 energy. Okay. That's fine. If you want to race me, I think that's okay.
Shadows are always vigilant.
Oh, right. We're going to get to see some of the voice lines now. Haven't actually seen them. Nice. Constrictor is a good one. So what we can do is, because they do have access to blast, so I do want to play around that. I can just, well, I probably want to punch their face, honestly. So let's punch for 5. It's good to be playing Warpforge again. I definitely have been playing it a little bit more the last week or so and having fun with it since the new patch. Alright, Veldress is going to hit me. I think, right? Oh no, it hits there. Huh. And then it'll hit the Spirit Stone. Yeah, because they still... Yeah, they still retain the stats of the card. Which is unlucky for our opponent there. Alright, well, definitely just need to clear. Can do that easily there. That's still decent though. They're able to get a little bit of value out of Veldros there. But we're ahead on life, which is good. Hand's pretty decent. Get again next turn into Fire Prism. Ooh. That thing is always going to be a little scary. Although I think it's fixed now, supposedly. Okay, so I can hit it for 2 and then clear with Shroud Runner. I think that's what I want to do. Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, I don't think I want to mess with champion. Kind of have to get rid of that. Hey, thanks, buddy. All good. Yeah, I'm sure it's late there. It was good to see you, and Zach. Take care. Okay, so I can clear one of these with Fire Prism. What are my other options? I'd have to have another flanker here if I want to draw. Guess that's worth it. Also got Eldritch Storm. Alright, I think I have to settle for clearing one here. Unfortunately. Yeah, we could take a lot of damage here, so that's not good. I mean, we've got a good life buffer, but still, this could easily be a ton. Oh boy. Okay. Malgrush we can actually clear. Yeah, so they're just going to hit me for 12. Makes sense. Pretty much even up the life totals. Yeah. And then do they want to hit to proc their ability? Yeah. Yeah. We're okay though. We're okay. Prism is actually a huge answer here. Got armor, so it'll deal 6 to it. Clears it. Clear this for free. And then I think I'm going to keep my life total a little bit high. I want to be careful of Cacophonous Surge, right? Which they could do this turn. And then after their attack, they'd be even on life. Okay, Carnival shouldn't help them with our flyer, which is good. Okay. So they'll kill this, they'll get bonus. Oh, Demonette's good too. Yep. And then he should hit me to proc both of those. Okay. Denies the stone, which actually is pretty relevant here. So we've got 5 plus 3 is 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, we're 2 damage short. So what can we do? We can Fire Prism, killing this. And then I can clear. So I can't kill them. And Eldritch Storm is probably not going to do it. See, I think hit here. Path of the Warrior. Clear here. Yeah. I feel like we're going to die because we've got 1 on the board, but yeah, so if they deal 7 to me, I go to 8s, and then I'm dead. Yeah. So if they have Surge, it's GG. Yeah, go up to 8. Surge. Yeah. Or a Ruinous. Ruinous, that's what it is. Yeah. Man. Tough games so far with Eldar. Jeez. Tough games. That's okay though. It's fun to get back into playing them. All right. Well, I'm gonna keep changing as I keep losing. All right. Now we're gonna go to Keltalk. Yeah, I feel like we played that game very well, and then Carnival of Excess spiked with all 4 of the big units. I don't want to play against bots. So that was pretty good for them. I don't really know if there was much else we could have done. They had a good turn playing at 2 threats. We could only deal with 1 of them. Might have been good to play Fire Prison that turn. All right, so we can scale it. Okay, cool. Good to see. Oh no, please, come on. All right, hopefully that doesn't persist. All right, we don't need this. Oh, I should not have... Oh, this is an old build. I need to change this. Yeah, I should not have Craft World in here either. All right, let me just mull this. Whoops. Guess that's probably better for us to start at 3. I forgot. This is an old build. I'll go back in and change this after this game.
Cleanse this place. We must protect the craft world.
Alright, I'm just gonna take the... So I could make a Guardian. Yeah, I'll actually do that instead of the stones. And let's send back Enemy Circuit for now. And I think I'm just chilling. Fair enough. We get the stone at least. Yeah, I think Galen could really see play very soon, which is pretty exciting. Nice answer. I'll hit him here. Got another flanker here. Oh. Yep. Play another one. Clear. I think we'll put Banshee's Mask back. It's currently probably the weakest card in our hand. Nice. There's Reclaim. So that's all we need to set up. Hey, Apocalypse. Welcome to the stream. And KF, what's up, buddy? Hate this game. Oh, is this just because it's Eldar? If I remember correctly, you were not a huge Eldar fan. Ah, man. I think it is correct to Elder Storm here. As much as I don't want to do it, and then I can grab stones with this. Oh no, we low rolled. Yes. Hell yeah. Huge, huge, huge. Alright, and then we'll grab the 2 stones with this to make up. But yeah, I am realizing that I might be a little rusty with Eldar. It's been a while since I played them.
The shadows are always vigilant.
Either meta shit or guys who have 2 to 4% chance to pull. Yeah, I mean, welcome to card games, sadly. I had a night like that. I was playing Shadowverse last night, and I just like lost, I don't know, 6-7 games in a row. It's really, it just gets you sometimes. I think it's more effective to play this than Spirit Seer here. Is that true? Yeah, because this is going to use our stones. We really don't want that right now. So, stun there, clear, clear. They'll get some stones, that's fine. And then we can Path of the Seer. And then next turn we can reclaim. So your take is the balance is not good right now. I was playing a little bit after the new patch dropped, so tried Chaos. I mean, Ultramarines, I was very surprised to see dodge the Nerf Hammer. Trying to think what else has seemed really powerful. Alright, yeah, I think we're just reclaiming here. Right, so let's put back Shroud Runner in the hopes that we can get something good. Alright, let's reclaim. Okay, awesome. Alrighty. No, playing you.
Shadows are always vigilant.
This doesn't have flank, sadly.
The bloodied blade of Cain.
This is going to get taken out pretty easily. Am I taking out the sniper or am I trading here? I think it's slightly better to do this. Yeah, I think the... Oh, damn. Ultra Storm. Yeah, I think the new cards look fairly, you know, reasonable. The Legendary is pretty strong. And the new Warlord might be very good. I don't know. Hey, Estelma. Where's anime? I'm doing anime later. If you want to join for that. But this morning I wanted to do some Warpforge. So thanks for coming by. Alright, well, we dealt with pretty much our whole Stars turn, which is not good. We're stunned again, but hopefully we can kind of recover here. Alright, I mean, we can clear these with these. I think I can ship back Eldritch and try and fish for something else. Oh, I guess I can play Circuit. Alright, well. Clear you. I think it's probably better to Banshee's Mask this turn than... But... So they're gonna get stones. But this is also more efficient, obviously. But I want to make it harder for them to clear out our units here. It's close, though. Alright, I'm just gonna go for the value play. Hell no, I don't. That's all good, buddy. Anime or Warpforge? Hey! What's up, Nikto? Welcome, welcome, buddy. We are Warpforging, because there's, you know, there's stuff to talk about. Got the new raid, and all that jazz. So that's kind of fun. Honestly, both games are fun to me. Like, neither registers as, like, better. You know. I think they're both like just different tastes, essentially. Alright, well... I mean, the most efficient turn is just to play both of these out. But this is not going to die either way. Alright, it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4. So I guess I should just hold it for whatever they play next turn. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I like both. I mean, there's a new set that's dropping for Shadowverse today. So that's obviously very exciting. But also there's new stuff for Warpforge, which is kind of fun to at least chat about. Okay. Alright, let's get rid of Sniper. See what else we can draw. Or the Ranger, rather. Okay, sick. Love redrawing that. Alright. It's probably fine to deny them the stone. Alright, we've got a lot that we can draw. So... Wild Host is good. Okay, Path of Command. I'm really excited to see how good Galen is after the new cards come out. 'Cause there's a lot of payoffs for stones. Draw 2. Yeah. Alright, well, our opponent drew like 4 extra cards that turn, so we really need to... Oh, man. I mean, Snipe clears these two. Yeah, I guess I just play these out, don't I? They answer what they're doing, so that's fairly good, right? I'll take 3 here. Just get the free clear. Then, can I get the stone for free? Is that how that works? Oh, I just get to draw. I didn't realize that's how that works. Oh, that's... Okay. Veteran Warpforge player learns how Warpforge works. It's great. Should have just done that last turn. Oh, hey, Russian Soul. What's up, bud? You still playing quite a bit of Warpforge? I don't think I've seen you on the ladder recently. Oh, we're maybe dead. They drew their sword. Dang. That is no bueno. Got a lot of good draws here, though. Okay, stun is good. But... Alright, so let's... Stun. Let's play you. Let's draw. Okay, nothing terribly relevant. They use both of their storms, so I think I can just play out the Shroud Runner for value. Hey Frank, good to see you, man. Well, we're just doing our Eldar quests. Talked about some of the new cards earlier. Yeah, I mean they all seem interesting. Like they seem like very synergistic, especially with I'm probably dead. With Galen. With all the like pickup stone abilities. Oh, thank God that doesn't have blast. Jesus. Wow, we won this. Okay. Ugh. Alright. That was... I gotta update this build. I think I'm running cards I should not be running. I'm also not playing it particularly well. Thing is, like, so the Craft World conversions, I think people don't run these. But it is... I don't know, I actually think it's pretty decent. Now the more that I'm thinking about it. Let's keep running it. Let's keep running it. I guess I wonder if I should be playing like another Vengeful, Wraithblade. Yeah, let's keep doing it. So yeah, Lycus, or however you say her, the new warlord. I can't tell how good she's going to be. Obviously, giving something stealth is pretty dang powerful. Okay, nice. We got Reclaim in the opener. That's good. Craft World is fine too. Yeah, I can't... I'm interested to see how good Lycus is, because when I'm reading all of the new cards that have all of these, like, pick up a stone ability, or they have Waystone, and they have some other payoff for stones, that to me reads as like a Galen card, because she has, you know, the most consistent stone generating ability. But obviously Lycus is meant to be the infantry warlord, so I'm curious to see how that all works. Okay, well, I think we can actually set the tempo here and just make a Guardian. And we are definitely the beatdown in this matchup, so... Yeah. I like that their cards read very synergistic rather than powerful. Aside from the Legendary. The Legendary seems, you know, pretty dang good. Okay. That's acceptable. I shall accept. I think I'm just going to throw back Eldritch Storm here. Okay. But yeah, it's exciting. Definitely exciting to see kind of a different flavor of Eldar, which is infantry. That's a... I was wondering if how they were going to do it, and I think that's pretty sick. And I think I want a Path of the Seer here, so... Trade 2 health. Clear. Hit. Get my stone. And then I'm going to ship back Spirit Seer here, because I probably want to play Shining Spear next turn. Okay. Get it back. Okay. Sure. Hallowed Martyrs. Ooh, that's a good draw. That's a good draw. We'd love to see it. Still gonna ship back Spirits here. Let's bonk for 4. That's a good draw too. Would be a tempo queen. Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Alright. That's... Yeah, that's a little scary, but we can stun. I think is the vibe. Could still attack here. And then I think. Oh, I did that in the wrong order. Jesus, that's misplay. All right, I'm gonna put back the Shining Spear just in case we need the Banshee again next turn. All right, should have attacked first. That was just complete misplay. Oh, thanks, VSuck. Thanks for stopping by. Okay, well, Storm is pretty good. I mean, Storm plus Wind Rider should be enough to clear these things out. Or we reclaim now. Oh, man. I think I Storm here. Because I can Storm plus this and Path back up to 4 and then reclaim next turn. Alright, let's see how far Storm gets us. Okay. Not... Well, I guess I'm just taking 7 here. Yeah. It is what it is. I don't love it, but... pretty great that we just clear their board. And then we can reclaim next turn. Another Storm. Okay. I just usually find these Eldar raids underwhelming. Yeah, I mean, I think the raids themselves is always like it's exciting to see new cards, talk about new cards. Yeah, and then the raids, it's like, right, we're all kind of like still in the waiting room. You know, and then, yeah, we see a lot of Eldar on ladder. That sort of, you know, understandably folks feel differently about that for the meta. I mean, it's tempting to Storm here again. I don't think that's correct, though. I think let's... Do I throw Storm back here? I don't think so. I think I keep Storm in my hand. Okay, that's a good draw. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, that's pretty good. I think we get stones here for our Spirit Seer. I think I do want to clear this. Oh, I did this all in the wrong. Jeez. I keep forgetting about Hallowed Martyrs. This is just my not paying attention. Oh. Huh. Okay. I mean, I like it in the sense that they're building out the infantry archetype a bit. I can see them slotting into Galen, which is kind of refreshing because she's been like the weakest warlord now for quite a while. So I don't know. I think that it should be interesting. I think there's more synergy going on there than we are accustomed to. Alright, so this is not lethal, but with Eldritch next turn it will be. And this just clears things out. Put them to 1. They might be able to stall. I guess we'll kind of see. All right. Well, Keltok has been kind of doing it here. Plus 40. Hell yeah. We'll take that. I guess I mean I should be focusing on my Eldar climb because I'm gonna be playing them. Flying, we should be able to get all these, I think. Yeah, I haven't quite finished some of these, but I don't really care about those other nodes. I think I'll just start banking some packs here. All right. See how we're doing. Okay, so great. I'm going to play for another 2 hours, which is awesome. I will also try and do some more streaming next week, too. Actually, I may be able to do a little streaming tomorrow. We'll see. All right, we got our Eldar quest done. And I imagine we're going to see a ton of Eldar, so I think let's switch unless anyone is dying to see Eldar. The builds I've been playing the most so far this season is Harkin. Started working on, Shimatsu's. I started with my own build and then kind of like wanted to try what Shimatsu's playing since he posted his list and is obviously just probably one of the best, if not the best, Tyranid players. So I have his build. And then I've got the Varro, what I think is the best Ultramarine build. But I also have been having fun playing Tempo Calgar. And I think actually Tempo Calgar does better into Swarmlord. But I imagine people are kind of sick of seeing Ultramarines. Like, they've had kind of their season. I'm also trying to make this build better. And I've been sort of tweaking a bit of the numbers. So, yeah, I don't know. Let's do Harkin for a bit, and we'll kind of see where we go from there. Or we'll switch when we lose, however we want to do it. Ecclesiarch last time, the same thing. Maybe I should stop playing it. I mean, Eldar, I love that they've got the Spirit Stone mechanic. I think Shuriken is also pretty interesting from like a combat perspective. But they're kind of very streamlined. Outside of Keltok, you're just playing like stealth units or flank units, right? And that's kind of it. And so I think in that sense, they're pretty unexciting. Which sucks, because I think Eldar, I don't know, they've got some cool stuff going on. They've got the Wraith Knights, they've got other brands of stuff that they're doing. Oh, you tried Keltok with the Wraith Knight unit, yeah. That's I don't play that. I knew, what was it, Aeneid or someone else was really big on that being in the build. Maybe I should. I don't know. I kind of like just playing this sort of tempo value version. And good to see you, Tyler. Welcome, buddy. Alright, well, just going to do some unga bunga-ing here. Beat their face in, see how that goes. Also, let me know if the music is too loud at all or anything like that. Been trying to tweak my settings for a bit here. Alright, that was a great draw. No, please. Okay. I might just log out real quick after this game. Sometimes seems to fix this weird disconnect issue. Alright, nice. Man, this unit got so much better. It's really crazy. Okay. Zeal is acceptable. Yeah, I guess I just play out Bringer of Decay. Hit for 3. Our draw's been great so far, so. Let's see, they probably have some sort of flanker here. First Orc raid felt like that, but expansion was an explosion of power. Yeah, I mean, and then they've been, rolling back all of that for how long? which is not great. But they definitely made more archetypes. I just think they're kind of struggling with balance in a lot of these new card releases. Okay, what is going to be... Honestly, I kind of want to just Warp Talon attack and then maybe just give health, or I just go for damage here. That might just be better. But if I go for health and they play the flanker, then Warp Talon might not die. Man, this is so interesting. Alright, I think I'm actually going to do this instead. Get a little bit of splash damage there so I can maybe clear that next turn. Yeah, I love the titles. This is sweet. Like, I actually like, it kind of matters a little bit more. 3 patches with orc nerfs later. Yeah, it's just, that doesn't feel good, right? Because I think people are going to invest less and less. I think people don't really invest in raids anyway, but I think people will invest less and less in expansions because the brand new hotness is getting nerfed into the ground. So I think they just need to, I don't know, figure out better design. Do we have lethal here? I guess it depends on Hosts of Chaos, doesn't it? To some degree. 3. Okay. So let's do this. Just yeah. So anyway, that's hopefully. I mean, I don't know. We put it like BJ and I put out our videos. Oh, that sucks. It feels like there's some movement with, like, even seeing like a Warpforge representative comment in people's reveal videos. That's never happened before. Like, when I saw that yesterday, I was like, did my eyes deceive me? So like, that was super cool to see. Like, it feels like they're recognizing a little bit more that they need to step up their game. And that's really nice to see, because a lot of us have worked very hard on Warpforge stuff and really in a lot of ways not felt appreciated. I'll speak for myself. I at times have not felt appreciated at all. So I really hope that all improves. All right, so I guess the play is, I think it's just Warp Talon, Dark Oratory, give everyone whatchamacallit here, Vanguard. There's not really anything else to do. So I think EG or Warpforge or whatever the powers that be are trying to rectify some of the issues that have driven players away. And I'm really happy to see that. I'm happy to see Aqua's doing, consistent content and having a blast with it. That's awesome. And I mean, I love Warpforge, so I imagine I'll be sticking with it for quite a while. Don't think that's going to change anytime soon. I'm definitely going to overall invest less in the game, but you know, I don't think that, you know, that doesn't mean I'm going to stop playing. Game needs a lot of work to get where it needs to be. Yeah. Oh, I appreciate that, Frank. I was in such a just to sort of like give a little background about my I'm worried about Warpforge video, and I appreciate all the kind thoughts on that, because I've seen other people who have joined the game recently also have appreciated the video, like feeling like they're having a very honest introduction to the game. So like that was really nice to hear. I was in such a weird place. I was coming off a I tend to like going for Hellfire Pit more, because I couldn't do content for a bit because I was out of I was down south with family that was dying, and it was like we were there for nearly, you know, more than half a month. It was like super dragged out. Shadowverse was just releasing. I was sort of on the fence of like, do I want to try this? Do I not want to try this? And then, you know, like a lot of this other stuff from issues with Warpforge have been kind of bubbling up. And I knew when I got back, I was like, wow, the first video I'm probably going to do is how I think Warpforge is dying. Which is such a weird, it's just such a weird place to be in. But I'm happy that it has been helpful for folks. And I to be honest, after we did that video, I think after BJ put out his video too, I mean, we saw some like almost immediate response. So I don't know, that restores like a little bit of faith that, you know, that things can change for the better. I have no illusions that the battle pass is going to go away, that the vault's going to go away, that we're not going to see a million shiny deals every month instead of changes. I think they're going to keep doing that. But they have seemed to kind of catch wind of like, we can't just put out one little piece of content every month and expect everyone to like the game. It's bigger than that. So I think that's, I hope that that's the message that they took away. All right, I think we just run out Chosen. Generally a pretty difficult unit for them to deal with. And I think I'll just Hellfire Pit here to sort of turn the tempo a little bit. Kind of okay trading a little bit of health here. Also Fables. I haven't played against them in a while. Good to see them. Yeah, quality of life changes, good. Finally, another roadmap, good. You know, there's some positive movement. These are all things that we're happy to see. All right. In my build, I usually run. What is it? Devastator Doctrine. So. Why don't we... It's either hit and restore the camo or give it regen. Either way I'm hitting here. And then... I think camo's probably more valuable. Just to use all my energy this turn. Really glad they got the voice lines things fixed, like, and I would urge them not to put stuff out unless it's a finished product in the future. It really, really shakes the faith, so to speak, when you put out product that's just not finished and you're still like spamming people with like, get the best value, and you're like, your game needs to be like up to speed as well. And I guess I'm just training my Warp Talon for Calcius, which this is more of an aggressive version, I guess, what they're running. I think we're just Drachnying here. Oh, Tyler, yeah. I think that was actually one of the most sad points of the game, like, period. Like, not having voice lines, um, you know, like, I know it was, like, the Skulls event and, like, they were rushing things, but yeah, the whole thing just felt really bad. Also, I'm so surprised they didn't get any tweaks in the balance patch. That faction is really not doing well right now. So, all right. Well, we got the humanity shield now. Hopefully, we can kind of. I mean, if we draw murderous desires, pretty much GG. But if they have assault doctrine here, this is gonna get. It's gonna get hard. Predator. Okay. Was not expecting that. Huh. Well, it's a good thing I had Dracnian, because now we win. Yeah, Frank, I 100% agree. The time that people have to wait to actually crack packs and open cards has just gotten longer and longer. And I don't think that's good for the game. Having a month-long event seems like it's such a grind. You really don't get much for being free to play. Yeah, I mean, they said they're going to update what? Ranked rewards, some of the other, I think, free, like chests, I think was something else I talked about. So hopefully we see, like, quite a few quality of life changes. Alright. We play pretty well into some of their stealth, which is nice. I haven't played this matchup much. Pretty clear this latest balance patch was put in months ago. That kind of tracks. Yeah. Because it basically... Emperor's Children, people are trying to play them and they're really bad. Ultramarines have an insanely high play rate and win rate to boot. Which they didn't touch either of those. Yeah. I think that's fair to say. Oh, that's right. Yeah, I have 460 Blackstone, I think. Yeah, they also said they're going to start putting out more like events for alliances, right? That was my other point. It's like, did we just forget about alliances? Like, where are they? You know, it's just so strange. So I could Hellfire Pit and Noise Marine here. They get a stone. I hit. I mean, like, that's okay. But my other line here is I could just Hellspear Assault. This I could easily clear next turn. And then play. I feel like I need to save Hellfire for something a little bit juicier. Take a slightly less efficient turn, but I don't know. We'll see. Custom panel for the shop with random cards of the faction of your choosing once per day. Yeah, Frank, the shop, they said they're going to do more in the future, right? But for now, they're going to expand it by 2 slots, which is not enough to cover all of the factions in the game. So that obviously that's like a very lackluster first thing to be doing. But I guess, I mean, they said that they're going to do more in the future, so I hope that is true. All right, I don't really have a great answer for Banshee here. I think... I mean, I could play Spawndom, I guess. But that feels... I mean, Spawndom's not going to get much better against them, though. The other play is I just develop Warp Talon and go from there. We're going to 5... I think I'd rather do this. We'll see. Yeah, I think that's a great idea, Frank. I think they definitely need to have at least 2 shops. Like, I don't want it to be with the weird, like, you're a veteran player like in HHL. I think that's a little odd that you have to log in for 7 days straight or pay for a battle pass to access a shop. That seems a little too predatory. But yeah, if they had like something like the shop we have now, but then an additional one, yeah, that like you could pick a faction or something, that would be great. That would really be good. They didn't hit me at all with Banshee. Okay. Well, we've got a pretty good Hellspear Assault turn. I feel like that's what we want to do here. And then we've pretty much gotten our value out of Warp Talon. Right, so... hit for 6. Guess we'll see how this next quarter goes, and hopefully we've got, you know, some stuff to be excited about. Dang, they actually got value out of this card. I feel like whenever I run Warlock Skyrunner, I just don't. Okay, so I'm glad we saved Hellfire Pit here, because I'm just gonna Draconian up and start hitting and clear this. They've played 2 Banshees, so now they just have double Banshee's Mask to stun. So we'll see. Yeah, and that's the other thing, Frank. I think if they're going to look at improving the ranked reward experience, they need to look at like climbing through the ranks up to legendary. I think you should get crystals, or I don't know, some like at least random 4 cards from the faction that you're playing. Like there needs to be some actual reason for people to play ranks other than like the people who have been here for a while. So like, you know, 1,000 crystals, 2,000 crystals when you hit, you know, platinum or diamond or whatever. I really feel like all of that, you know, should be good here. Well, this is pretty nuts that we get to clear this for wow. Yeah, it's pretty good, huh? It's a nice buff for Harkin there. Yeah, let's just play Chosen with health. Oh, let's play Galeron's champion. Draft needs to give 2 extra rewards at least. Yes. Oh yeah. The draft is like they looked at that once in design and never touched it. And they really need to. All right, claim the stars here is going to be scary, but maybe we can still get there. I would like to pay 6k crystals to be able to pin the shop for a certain fact. That would be interesting. Yeah. All right, we've got 10. Yeah, this is just GG. Very nice. All right, their build was a little interesting. Cheddaverse gives free pack. Yeah, you get a free pack every day. You get like, so you know how we have achievements, right? Like all of this stuff. You should actually get something for, like, I don't know, being an adept of the Codex, right? Where when you hit that, you get rewards, right? So if I win 50 games playing Dragoncraft in Shadowverse, like one faction essentially, I can earn, like, just by literally winning and playing the deck that I want to play, I can earn thousands of in-game currency for just playing. So I think, oh hey Minime, no, drops won't be active until until the end of the raid, I believe, is how they do it. if I'm not mistaken. So like all this stuff, right? All of these different cool achievements that frankly no one really cares about, right? These could all give crystals, right? Or I don't know, Blackstone or a mix of or something, right? And that would all like make the whole like overall playing and grinding feel more meaningful. So I really, I mean, I hope they're looking at other games. I hope they're looking at like the huge numbers in other games, because if they just kind of get their ship together, this, we love this game. So I just think that we could do it. All right, this matchup is probably one of the worst ones. Host is honestly not bad to keep. I think I will get rid of Spawn them though. Okay.
Prepare for the coming of damnation. I will reshape this galaxy into a place of wonder
And unity. But yeah, when drops are active, I will also try and do some streaming. Just because that's always a good time to get more eyeballs on the game. Sure. Yes. Or faction theme pack. Yeah, exactly. Like literally anything. It's like if they could just give people like some extra goodies here and there just for playing the game, it would improve the play experience so much more, right? Like essentially, so if I compare both Shadowverse and this game, right, what Shadowverse does really well, and what a lot of Japanese game companies do really well, is they just give out stuff all the time. So even if like a card gets nerfed and people are upset about it or blah blah blah, like there's always so much compensation just inherently built in that just like the vibe never gets that bad, right? But when you're literally just shooting for a number, you want a card back at top 50, okay, fine. But there's essentially like not much reason for an average gold player, platinum, diamond, whatever, to really grind unless they want to get legendary, because like you're not even getting anything for doing that, right? Like it's purely like your ego or bragging rights. I don't feel like that's good enough reason to be playing a game at this point, because there's so many games that just give you so much just for like enjoying the game experience. So I think their systems are just a bit outdated, and I think they know that. I think they have sort of realized like, oh wow, we actually haven't touched any of these other things that we said we would develop at some point. And that's pretty bad. Also, this sucks, man. Dang. I was thinking about Possessed Marine for that play, but I just thought maybe we could get some value. Alright, well here I think I'll just develop the Warp Talon. I'll hit... For Abaddon's Chosen, what would I do here? I think I'm just going to give this regen for now. And then I'll maybe use the other one to give camo. But this is likely going to die afterwards, so I could also give it offensive stats. Alright, I'll do that. I think generally that's probably going to be more useful. Like the new Stealth Warlord. Was hilarious watching Discord yesterday as everyone had Shadowverse brain thinking stealth lasted. Yeah, it's literally just for that turn, yeah. Oh man, Chronomancer, whenever I play against this card, I'm like, God help me. Okay. I mean, part of me wants to just roll the Helldrake Strike and see if we can get lucky here. But the other part of me knows that that's really high variance. So we can just trade here, clear, and then Veteran Havoc this. And I think that is just better. And then we Helldrake, whatever the next board is. This is why this matchup's hard, though. We're just kind of gonna get outvalued, like, no matter what. We have to have a pretty aggressive start, and we just didn't, so. Yep, Stelma, I completely agree. If they're going to put the shiny new products behind wildcards, they need to have more opportunity to get wildcards. Yeah, I think that's true, Miname, and I think a lot of people, when I talk with Raziel, he still has quite a lot of critique about Horus Heresy. So there's also a part of me that's like, it does take time, but also it might be inherent a little bit to the powers that be that's how they design their games to function, which I don't want to really think about because that sucks, but I do think part of that is just the way that they like to monetize their products. I mean, attacking is just going to whittle me down. This is just such a rough experience. I mean, we're definitely attacking for 6, and then do I want to use Abaddon's Chosen on something? They're going to get to use their double lightning ability no matter what. Alright, I think I'll hold it for now. Hey, Livermento. Good to see you, buddy. Yeah, we're here playing some Warpforge. We'll be doing some Shadowverse later. I'm going to take a quick break. So right now it's 10:40. So I'm going to play for another hour and 20 minutes where I am. I'm going to take about an hour-ish break. And then I'll come back for some Shadowverse. Oh, yeah, this is how I lost the last time I played this match. Jesus. Just getting like an insane amount of value here. Yeah. Oh, man. Yep. That's pretty bad. Alright, Venom Crawler's good. That's something. Give this camo. Hit for 3, but this is just pretty rough. This is probably the worst matchup that I've seen so far. The thing is, with things taking a long time to become good, it's like we're approaching like 3 years with this game in about 6-7 months. If we count from starting from demo. And just a lot of people have left. You know, I really just hope this lights a fire under them and there's a little bit more movement. I don't even have interest in Shadowverse, and I see it has so much. Yeah, I mean, that's fine. Like, I'm not here to convert anyone to Shadowverse. I think they both are fun in their own right. But yeah, I mean, it has a lot of backing. It's just, I mean, they just had so much more going for it, like for release, for revamping. I just think, unfortunately, Warforge has so much going for it, but it just has not been set up to succeed as a competitor for those games. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, if I was trying Warforge for the first time, like, objectively speaking, as a card gamer, I don't know if I would stick with it. And that sucks. That makes me really sad. But they're trying. I think they're trying to improve stuff, and I'm really happy to see that. All right. I mean, we're dead to a myriad of things. I think we're clearing this. We're hitting with Venom Crawler. See what we hit with Host of Chaos here. Okay. Okay, great. So if we want to keep hitting, I should keep regen on this. Just hit for 5 here. We're going to regen. We'll smack for 5. We'll give this camo back. And, I mean, I could die, but I think I just want to develop whatever I can to maybe have a shot here. So Shadowverse, the one that's out now, is essentially them redoing their original game. Oh, I'm just dead, right? Man, this card really just absolutely has won the matchup. That sucks. All right, well, GG's. They played it really well. Yeah, that matchup is really negative. I think it's tough. All right, we lost with Cass. Let's change it up. Kind of want to get a little bit better at this version. Shamatsu's take on Stormlord. Yeah, so Shadowverse has been around for I think 7 years, 8 years, and somewhere in there, basically through power creep, through other just natural how games tend to get warped over time. The devs were like, you know what, let's make a brand new Shadowverse game. And they just have had a very dedicated player base. And to be honest, they hyped it up for like 2 months. And they had all these like, giveaways and like freebies, like just so much like, you like, I think it was just for joining the game ahead of time and wishlisting it, you got like 10 packs and then like another amount of gold that got you like 10 packs as well. This looks like a good hand. Like, and then on launch they had something like 5 million downloads or something. It just, I know that Warpforge isn't maybe supposed to be like that big or whatever, but they just, I think, did the right thing and just hyped up the release really well. Whereas like with Warpforge, even for the official release, there was definitely hype, but like they didn't give out a bunch of free stuff. Like there was no like huge like release day, everyone opens 20 packs, and gets like a whole deck, for just playing the game. That wasn't really a thing, right? So like I think looking at other more, at least initially successful card games, I think you got to build the incentive, right? And I don't think the powers that be have really done that for this game. Oh, Livermento, yeah. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I'm playing Shadowverse now because I enjoy it, and it's been fun doing the content. But yeah, all right, what are we doing here? I should actually pay attention after I go on my rants. I mean, Spore's pretty annoying. I could also ramp something out here. I mean, playing out Prime is not bad, but I think I might just want to save Digestion Pool. I mean, they have no ways of interacting with stealth, so I think generally we should be able to out-aggress them. Alrighty. I also don't have to crash this, which I think is pretty annoying for them. So I can ramp this out next turn, Hive Commander. Or I can ramp this out next turn, Hive Commander. I think that's probably what I want to do. I can also ramp this out and Hive Commander now. I mean, what? That's 5, 8. And then they have to trade into this to clear it. All right, let's try this blade. Maybe this is not correct, but seems pretty dang good. The other thing is I can just let this sit here, right? And then this just deals with almost anything they play, and then they have to choose between removing these. I don't think there's anything on 4 that can really target. Well, no, they could play a flanker, clear this, and then clear this. No, they can't, because that's going to take 2 energy. Yeah, I think this puts them in a pretty rough spot. Same game with the same cards, or they also made... no, so they changed some of the core design. So like you can evolve cards and they have special effects, and it sort of like gives them more damage. It's sort of the game's I think a little bit more kind of like swingy in the way that it plays. Like you play a board, I clear it, I play a board, you clear it, kind of thing. So a little bit more tempo based, and they have new stuff, and then they're bringing back old characters. And they're definitely redesigning cards. They're not like just strictly reprinting stuff. What do I want to do here? Could play out another Mucolids Spore Pump hit. I think that's probably best. Or I could pump this one. But I could also just get the upfront damage. I think probably spreading the stats is better. And also just potentially win with Rav Hunter, right? 3, they go to 8. That's 6. I could also just Adrenaline Surge now. They don't have any way to block that. Yeah. Should do it. Aesthetics is oh, Stelma. I've turned off like all of the flashiness of the game because I also don't like that. Yeah. Stelma, just to be clear, I don't love the aesthetic of the game, but I actually think the game itself is very well designed. Personally. So but I think I said in one of my videos, like, I totally understand why people don't want to play it purely based on the aesthetic. Because there's some even new cards that I'm like, the level of fan service is disturbing. But the actual gameplay itself is quite it kind of reminds me, like, this game, Warpforge feels like, of all the card games, kind of like in its own sort of niche, with the way that the play patterns operate and the overall kind of, not just the aesthetic, but like literally how the game operates. Whereas Shadowverse feels like more like a Magic the Gathering to me, and that's kind of why I like it, as it feels like a little bit more complex and a little bit more intricate than Warpforge. I don't like. No, I don't. I definitely am more interested in the aesthetic of Warhammer than anime stuff. It's not a great hand on the play, but I think I will Infinity Circuit here. I think that's better for our current hand. I think maybe I should have mulled Gargoyle? I don't know.
These creatures pose a threat to all life in
Okay.
the galaxy.
Sure, I'll play Spore. I think this matchup's generally pretty bad, but we'll see. Yeah, I mean, to me, Warpforge is like that for HHL, right? Like that's part of why I critique Warpforge a little bit, is because, or a little bit more passionately, like they should have been able to learn a lot from HHL. And sometimes I'm like, isn't this kind of like a similar problem in that game? You know, like I think you know, in a perfect universe, you get to redo your game, kind of set everything back to zero, right, and sort of build up a better game. And to me, I think Warpforge is supposed to be that. And at times, I feel that it is, and then at times I'm like, I don't really know what we're doing here. Man, I don't really have a great follow-up next turn. This is going to be rough. Right, Asian Hearthstone, yeah. Yeah, don't really care about the art. Game mechanics are good. Yeah, I feel similarly. Enjoyed the old One Piece card game. Oh, I didn't... Like, older than the current one? I didn't know that there was one. Huh. I mean, I think I want a Broodlord next turn. And if I Gargoyle plus Hive Commander it, I can clear this and hit for 5. And then we go Broodlord into Adrenaline Surge and Augmented Ferocity. Or do I need to save Gargoyle? Oh man, this is an interesting spot to me. I'm just gonna try this play. Maybe it's bad. I don't know. Haven't played the deck enough. The old one was weird but different. Ah, okay. Oh, Frank, that's very generous of you. I feel like I love Warpforge so much. I want it to be like, it's really crazy that I switched to another game and like it's just a different world in terms of content creation. I really want Warpforge to be like that. I know it won't be the same, but I'd love to see more success for them. And I just keep hoping that they'll listen to you know, reasonable thoughts and recommendations, and that you know, that there's a way to improve things. All right, well that sucks. Yeah, they're just gonna double stun everything. Man, yeah, this matchup is abysmal, man. Our hand is not great. All right, well, I mean, as far as things go, I guess. So this heals. Does it heal back some of the damage? But Hive Commander also. It's more. Yeah, I guess this is just better, right? Yeah. I mean, we do have a lot of damage in our hand when we get to attack, but they're going to be able to probably clear everything here, which sucks. But yeah, thanks for hanging out, everybody. It's fun to be streaming again. I definitely miss it. Now that sort of like, obviously I'll do some content for Shadowverse. I'll do a little bit for Warforged, like when I feel like the motivation for certain decks or whatever. But I also kind of just want to do some more streaming. I find that to be really fun. All right. Yep. Clear there, clear there. I was going to say, I feel like they have another Banshee here. At least they take a little bit of damage clearing that. Ooh, good draw. Good draw. Alright, if there's a turn we're not stunned, maybe we can get some work done. But it's not likely into Jane. Problem with Warforge is that it's the Warhammer franchise. Not a great fan of Warhammer overall. The thing is, I think Warhammer actually has a pretty dedicated and like large player base. I just think they're not. I think there isn't really marketing for this game. There isn't really like. I don't know. Maybe they thought that the players would just kind of flock to it from all places of Warhammer. People don't even know about this game, and that's part of the issue. It's just like no one even knows this game exists, which really sucks. All right, well, I just have to go. What do I even do here? I guess I go tall, and I'll augmented ferocity and somehow get here. This is pretty cursed, I think. It's 5, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, potentially. Yeah, I could easily be dead here. So I guess I probably should augmented ferocity. Yeah. I mean, they just can clear this pretty easily. And then stun me, and that's pretty much GG. Oh, yeah. I've had to turn some of the sound stuff off, too. Yeah. There's a lot of... Oh, that's even worse. Okay. Yeah. Bit of a cursed matchup here. Yeah, there's some stuff in that game where I'm like, oh, no. But as always, I'm here for the game design rather than the game aesthetic. I've played so many games with so many different types of aesthetics, but mostly stick with it. All right, well, I lost with this, so I'm going to change. Kind of want to play my Tempo Calgar deck. It's a little more interesting than Varro, I think. All right, lay it out, Stelma. I'm all ears here. All right, both were. I mean, our 3-drops are always good for the most. Well, it's Gordrang actually. Sergeant's not great. Cool. Okay. The thing I will say is like and I've said this more like when I speak about these issues. I say the powers that be because I know that it's not all AG, it's not all Games Workshop, and it's not all Stillfront. It's a combination of those three entities. And I think they all have issues. But... Oh, okay. I don't think that... I think I just generally disagree, Stelma, but you're entitled to your opinion. I don't think it's as simple as that, personally, but I think more what I've been able to figure out just over my conversations with them, and like I think there's a lot of great people specifically on the EG side, like the actual devs and stuff. I think more of the problem lies with Stillfront. Which apparently does a lot of predatory stuff in games. And my guess is Games Workshop also kind of gums up the works at times with licensing issues and things like that. I think there's probably just a lot of cooks in the kitchen, kind of. Something I've seen with other games. What would I rather play here? I don't really have a good play, but I guess we just play the Intercessor. Hey, Zale. Good to see you. Yeah, well, I think there's issues on the design side, but like, I think from the get-go, unfortunately, this game has been in a spot where a lot of the focus, like the fact that we could get like a news post quite literally almost every day of the week that's about new ways to spend money, not new things for the game, has always just sort of flabbergasted, like sort of like thrown me. I'm like, how many more times can you reinvent the wheel with like different deals that I imagine people are just like the average player is probably not buying, where you could spend time on like design. And to me, that's like Stillfront, I think is like part of a hedge fund and like a lot of money and kind of like takes over games and tries to make a lot of money out of them. That's what I've read and heard. So I feel like that influences a lot of how the actual overall game appears. But yeah, Stelma, I saw that. Yeah, there have been some pretty big issues with bugs. I have definitely generally seen that. All right, I think this is a good Devastator Doctrine turn. Intercessor is kind of just here to get killed, but not really a ton I can do about that. Right. Hyper monetized is a design choice. Yeah. And I personally have a hard time believing that that's been a sole focus of like the developers. I think that's coming from higher above. It's kind of what I think we're agreeing, but our cards in there. Yeah, I mean, I think Stelma, what you're saying, like I'm sure that's a part of it, but I have a hard time believing that that's exactly why things are the way they are. But yeah, that's just, I think we're able to feel differently about that. Okay, what do I want? Obviously, I'm clearing the squig. Yeah. All right, I guess we just do this. Draw, clear. Get the armor, so might as well take the advantage on the trade there. Yeah, I think the money stuff is actually probably the most, to me, that's the most insidious stuff that happens with this game. But yes, you're right, Stelma. There are bugs that have literally been in the game, like, you know, since essentially day one. And that is that I think is worth worth highlighting. All right. I don't think I want to attack Insight here. I think we just go for the value play. Because we're not, like, we're just drawing cards off this, which, I don't know, doesn't really matter. I guess this effect just stays. It's kind of cool. Eddie Cave Warpforge would be more like Duelist. I don't know Duelist. Livermento. What's if you want to share a little bit about that. Oh wow, they didn't clear this. Whew. 8, 9, 10. 11. Oh, so we can codex this. Oh no, no, we're gonna hit with melee. Alright, let's draw first and see what we hit. Okay, great. That's nice. And then we actually don't have a great way to codex, do we? So I guess we go up to 4. This is kind of awkward, but I think this is correct. Yeah, so we're gonna hit here. Play this. Get the shield, get the draw. Now they're also dead too, so whatchamacallit. So if this is Will of Gork, that's all they get to play. Oh, you know what? I do know what you're talking about. Yes, it's like with the little, like you play, it's kind of like a chessboard. I actually really like that. I hate that game, like, immediately, I don't know if it immediately died, but like that was another game that didn't really have a ton of backing, unfortunately. So 2 more months. Let's see what they come up with. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I think that's, I know I'm, you know, kind of still on my train of like, I want better. That's partially because I love the game and partially because I see what's possible through other games. But in the end, we are seeing an uptick in listening to the community and an uptick in, I think, stuff that has needed to be addressed for a long time, and that's a good sign. I honestly don't think Tech Insight really matters for this. I'd also like to see some 3 drops. Perfect. I mean, with this hand, could start on 3. I think I'm okay starting with normal. So. Yeah. Man, I swear though, some of the niche card games have like truly the best design. And that's what gets me the most. I'm like, this is such a cool game design. I wish more people played it and supported it. You know? And Warpforge I think has so much going for it. And I just imagine I will be playing it for quite a while, even if I'm not doing that much content on it. So I will always try and shout out, you know, what has seemed good about the game. All right, I guess we play Intercessor. I think we are the aggressor in this matchup. We'll see how Tempo Calgar does into them. Yeah, Livermento, that is a piece of it, which I hate. I hate the fan service stuff. I really do. But the devs of Shadowverse did some excellent work. Like the fact that there's a whole, you can like play with your buddies at different tables. There's like a whole battle park where you can like design your, like it's all unnecessary, right? It literally has nothing to do with the card game itself. But the fact that, and this is a really nice line here, the fact that you just have all these like fun little options and it all functions pretty well is like pretty sick to see. Yeah, LOR. Yep. LOR is now, so I don't know if this is true, Minime. I've heard this. LOR has now starting to increase in popularity as a roguelite game. Is that correct? I know, like, in terms of ranked, the game is completely kaput, sadly. But I'm fine to trade this. We're pretty aggressive here. And we'll play Pulsar. Hey Dave, yeah, I'm kind of switching around whenever I lose a game just to kind of spice things up from the decks I've been kind of playing on ladder. Yeah, but I think about like there are some huge Warhammer content creators that I follow, and like if they just played this game on stream 1 or 2 times, I actually think it would make a huge difference. And I don't know why the powers that be won't do that. I'm sure there is a reason, but I don't know what that reason is. This is interesting. This is gonna die, but this is just so much better reactively in this matchup. Let's draw. Okay, maybe I shouldn't have drawn first, but I kind of wanted to see had here. I think I want to trade this in. I mean, they're still somewhat far off from stars, so that's pretty good for us. Lord of the... No, Legends of Runeterra. Yeah. I actually tried Legends of Runeterra in beta, and it just didn't really grab me with the sort of shared combat thing. But I know that a lot of people loved it, and I heard a lot of great things about the game overall. So it's always sad to see that stuff not work out. Yeah, I guess we just do this play. Another impulsor. Got our doctrines here. It's a pretty terrible spot for them to be in. See what they could do. So yeah, I think the game has potential to be really, like, to grow, but I almost, like, I hope they keep working on it, and that we could see I don't know, maybe some players joining around the first year anniversary in October, like that could be an angle, you know. All right, that is GG, my friend. Yeah, that's cool. I think people like different designs for different reasons. Yeah, and part of me wishes I had actually. I heard that game was, like, also very generous to free to play, which I don't know. It's the gaming industry is so rough right now, you know. For developers to kind of stay in it. Okay, so let me just take a quick time check. Okay, so we're gonna wrap up in like 45 minutes. I guess I'll play with this a little bit more and then maybe switch to something else. But yeah, it's great to hang out. I will definitely post on my YouTube when we're streaming again. I think I'll definitely try and stream once we actually have access to the Eldar cards. I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty hyped to try some Galen builds with the new stuff. I feel like there could really be some cool stuff there. And then obviously I'll try and put out a video on the new Warlord, because I think that'll be fun and interesting to do. Yeah, I mean, Regis, what is it, Regis Philbin or whatever that guy, he like does a million different card games and has a huge following. He did a couple previews for Warpforge. And then they kind of just, like, the reveals got less and less. They also gave us way, like, super short notice a lot of the time for it, but I think they're trying to listen and improve on that. I feel like, I don't know, something shifted from the start of the game where I felt like there was a good amount of momentum around releases, and it sort of just got a lot worse this year, and I'm not sure why. Enjoying to watch veterans starting a game over again. Yeah, I mean, if there were more, like, new players starting this game, I feel like I, you know, could work on some new beginner content. But I feel like, I don't know, I just kind of like to make content for this game on stuff I enjoy doing. But yeah, we do need more beginner kind of helpful stuff. It's not a bad idea. All right, this hand is terrible. Sweet, definitely better. I think night attack is generally better for us.
Warriors of Ultramar, courage and honor. Me praise close. I can smell it.
I'll trade a little bit there, but let's see. Yeah, Tyler. That was such a fun time around Dark Angels. I remember I was, like, on holiday. I was just playing a bunch and just grinding different decks. Yeah, might as well get the value here, right? Ah, okay, Stoma. Yeah, I mean, That does affect things. I think if they can just get a good system going for events in the game, that's going to do a lot of work for them, right? Like if every month we have a week-long event, sort of like in HHL, right, where we can earn stuff and like unlock stuff through our alliances, through draft, whatever. That just does so much work for the game feeling alive, and it's not just a grind fest, which is what Warforged has become a lot for veteran players, I think. I don't really have anything else to do here. What can be a great addition to this game? A best of 3 ladder. Ooh. That would be interesting. Yeah, I would be down for that. Yeah, that's true, Livermento. Yeah. Yeah, and once my work picks up in the fall, it gets a lot tougher for me to do anything for any game. But yeah, I hope there's stuff we can do to help people find this game at times. But at the end of the day, Warforge and the powers that be have to want that. You know. Yeah. That's okay, Tyler. Yeah, I mean, like, I'm not going to put any money into the raid. I haven't done that for a while anyway. I'll probably just, like, play on and off and see what I can get for free. I do kind of want the card back, though. That I might go in for. Yes, Miname, I completely agree. Yeah, there's some really, I mean, with the amount of warlords we have in this game, there's some really interesting decks that just don't see the light of day because they're a little bit more niche. But if there was best of 3, like, yeah, other stuff like that, I think that would be really interesting to see. Hey, Replicate, my beloved mod and beloved friend. uh. All right, pretty happy about that, to be honest. Might as well just go double on Scepter here, right? If somehow they don't address our board, then we've got Gadriel, which is pretty huge. At least in competitive. Yeah. Man, I'm kind of dying to know what the new faction will be in the fall, this summer. It'll hit either August or September. I'm really interested to see what that is. Okay. What is the way to do this? I think it's this first. Probably just have to trade in Scepter here, unfortunately. But I think we'll go Honor Guard Sergeant and then try and Gadriel plus ability. That's probably best. I should just trade this straight up, though. Right? Yeah. Nice. Hits them. That's awesome. Also, this is one of my favorite changes. Is to Honor Guard. I think some of the others were a little too good, but I love the Honor Guard change. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's one of the coolest parts of the game design is the melee versus ranged combat. I'm glad you're learning, Lumenta. So what games are you playing right now? I know you said you weren't doing competitive. Okay. Nice. We're gonna get a good gauge roll codex turn here. I think that's the way. Pings there. There. Nice. I was gonna say one more. Strong. All these go at face. Hit. Oh, we're kind of out of gas though, which is not great. I'm not gonna lie, I know it's a long shot, but if we got Votan, I would be over the moon. That would be so sick. All right, well, we keep winning with this. Across the obelisk. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I mean, I hear really good stuff about games like that. I should try it sometime. 4, 5, I think. Yeah, I think we maul. Okay, nice. Wow, and we start with, yeah. It's pretty good.
Have you lost your taste for battle?
The hour of blood and clashing blades has come.
Don't like the game based on what I'm saying. No, Stelma, you've been here since the beginning. I know that, buddy. Yeah, no. I don't feel that way about you, and I don't understand people who do. So, like, I remember chatting with you, like, during demo and stuff. And I think some of us who are the most outspoken are obviously some of the biggest, most, like, just very passionate folks. So. Warg. Yeah, I mean, Votan would be cool. I guess Drakari, I don't know as much about them. I'm trying to think what other factions. But they also made mention of, like, a faction that has a very well-known character getting some sort of content. I have no idea what that means. But it kind of makes me think Primarch. So. Oh, man, we don't really have a good play here. Yeah. I think I do just play out an Inceptor. It's definitely going to get picked off, but I don't think I can play nothing, and I don't really want to play anything else. I mean, Outrider is the worst card if I wanted to chuck this out as, like, clear fodder. But this, generally with the 4 health, is better in combat if I have to play it proactively. Am I hitting here? I think so. Oh, Grey Knights. Yeah, that would be sick too. Yeah, Grey Knights would be pretty hype. I know it's another Space Marine faction, but I think a lot of... I know Grey Knight, who plays the game, is, like, very hype on that. Okay. Let's trade a little bit of health. We get the Codex proc. Banshee. Yeah. I think I'm just going to trade Outrider straight up for this. I mean, I could also Inceptor. Inceptor blind. It's not great though.
Brothers, battle calls for us.
I think this has less application in this matchup though. Yeah. Could also play out the Reaver here. It's not a bad turn to do it. Just have the full clear. And the next turn I have this plus this potentially. Or the, yeah, I actually like that. Just a good tempo turn. They get their stones, but I think that's okay. Yeah, I think that is true, Stelma. So we'll see based on that. I do feel that sometimes, Livermento. Interesting. I don't see Wraithguard played a whole lot. Yeah, I guess I just take my clear here. Or my trade, rather. If they don't have a ton to do here, I might just Avenging Zeal. Okay. Yeah. Could also develop Honor Guard, could develop Antaro. I can't really Codex this turn unless I'm Impulsor plus Octavio. This goes down to 4.
Brothers, battle calls for us.
Yeah, I know. I know. I think I do just play this. I mean, my hand's already pretty good with it and just get it rolling. Otherwise, I play Impulsor plus Infiltrator. It gets me a little bit of value. And then I could do this next turn. Or into Gadriel. I think it's close. I think it's actually very close. I think I'm just going to do this, though. I don't think I'm going to play Infiltrator either. Save that for like an awkward turn. I mean, we're ahead on life. They can't stars until next turn. Kind of have to think about next turn as like try and put out some pressure, but not too much, because they're going to have so much ability to respond if they stars. It's going to be scary, but could also just run out Gadriel. Get a little bit of chip damage. This is the one target they have. And then next turn, develop from there. I could also Impulsor plus draw.
Brothers, battle calls for us.
I really don't know what is better here. But if I also draw Assault Doctrine, that would be really good. I think I want to draw here. Okay. Alright, well. We will see what happens. So they played double Banshee. They've got one Banshee's Mask left. Plus sword. And we haven't seen a storm yet. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh no, that was the second Banshee. Whoops. Miscounted. Thought I was stunned twice before.
One perfect strike.
Huh. Man, I wish I had attack insight here. That would be really efficient.
Battle calls for us.
I mean, the odds of us killing this is like relatively high. Oh, man. Oh, I think that's the line. Yeah. I think that's better. Now we might see an Eldritch Storm or something. Hey, squirrels. What's up, buddy? Alright, here's the reclaim. This is gonna get dicey. Okay, clearing that, looks like.
Swift demise.
Alright, honestly not that bad, considering. I think it's just Assault Doctrine plus Infiltrator this turn. And then kind of go from there.
Brothers, battle calls for us.
Get our 2 damage. See what their follow-up is. Oh, sorry, Stelma. Yeah, there's a bit of a delay. I have it down to the lowest it is, but still. But appreciate the hearing the lines though. Okay, starting off by drawing here. Hit me for 6. I mean, as it stands, probably playing Gabriel plus Sergeant. Okay. Okay. Angels of Death was a good draw, because then we can clear the board and hit their face. Yeah. Eight. Take 8. Hopefully, I think it's, well, they use the second Banshee's Mask on the Honor Guard, so I think they're out of stuns. So they would need Vanguard. And we've got Inspired Retribution, so pretty good draw there. Pretty good spot to be in. See if they've got some sort of... Okay, yeah. I was gonna say. Nice. Matchup's always scary with stars, but their stars wasn't very good. Nice. Get these quests done, shall we? Alright, I'm not really trying to play Sisters. Dark Pact of Blood. I could actually do that with Harkin. Oh, I need to get this done with collect 10 Spirit Stones. What time do we have? All right, let's do a Kaltok game. I was having fun doing that. We'll do like 1 or 2 more, and then I'll head out. But yeah, I will definitely try and do some coverage of the Eldar stuff once we have access to it. I think that should be fun, and then if we have more big news coming, I'll try and make some videos for that too. Pretty good hand. Do I want to ship anything back? This is good. Spirit Stones versus an extra card or an extra unit. All right, I'm gonna do Webway entrance just because I want to try and spike the new legendary, because it's in the card pool. So let's see if we can get lucky here. I kind of just want to see what we hit here. Okay, there's the Autarch. That's one of the new cards. Wow, all 6 drops? Please. Dire Avenger, Stealth, and Camo. I don't think that's going to be relevant. Sure, I'll take the Autarch. That's actually so funny. Do I want to Wind Rider? Kind of just want to make a guy here. I think I'll do that. Just make a guy. Art does look cool on this, and we'll see if it has any application here. Okay. Sure. Storm, probably don't need. Just get the free clear. So if I clear these, it sort of does something, sort of doesn't. I think I'll just deal 3 and clear 1 with my Warlord. And then, actually Eldritch is going to be a pretty helpful card in this matchup. But these are also, I think I'll be deploying. Actually, striking scorpion I don't think is that essential. I can ship that back. I don't want to get too greedy. Okay, great draw.
I cannot.
Basically want to play Banshee every game. Oh wow, new card. Yeah, I mean technically new card. from our handy dandy defense card. Oh, that's right. They do run stuff like this. That's okay though. Let's just cash this in for 3. I think I'm fine just clearing out remnants. Not that they matter that much. But no point in developing a unit here. I think frankly Crimson Hunter we could play later. Okay. Hey David, do we have? Yeah, we don't really have it, but we did get to generate the autarch. Yeah, we'll have access to new stuff. I mean, I'm not paying into the raid this time, so maybe we'll see some Spider Girl today. I haven't seen her yet, but I'll probably work on getting her once everything is actually out. All right, this looks like an Eldritch Storm. I think. Well, actually, I mean, it kind of depends on the remnants, doesn't it? I mean, Banshee is still just very good, right? Clear. Clear. If they res everything, like spend their turn doing that, then I'll storm. Don't need Wailing Doom right now. They're going to regen some health, which is not great. But yeah, the art is really cool. The warp spiders are just so cool. I love their vibe. Wonder if it's Games Workshop. Yeah, I don't know. Stelma. If that which way it sort of goes. Not sure. I'm surprised to see Nemesaur with how Harkin beats up on this matchup, but sometimes this deck can really go off. They're thinking about their turn here. Yeah, I think after this game we'll look at some of the new cards again, just because got more folks. Okay, so they res that. No attack. I don't know. Storm looks pretty good here. We also don't have stars in our hand yet.
Time is our enemy.
Could play autarch. That'd be kind of interesting. But then we have to deal with the sniper. I think let's just do this. See how far this gets us. Okay. Pretty far. Pretty far. Trade there. Get a stone. Clear this. Ship back. Circuit. Okay. So then on 7 we've got like this as follow-up. We've got this. I think that's pretty good. Yeah, David, that makes sense. Just thinking about it. So I wouldn't be surprised if that's how that works. licensing stuff is like so intricate a lot of the time. As much as I want a Dance of Death, I could fish first. Yeah, I think I want to do it this way. Clear that. Let's do. I don't think blast really matters in this. Let's keep trying to look for stars here. I mean, Autark is actually probably a live card now. And I think Dance of Death is also pretty good. Though, next turn I kind of want to play Striking Scorpion as well. So I think we'll throw that back for now. Okay. Alright. No stars still, but keep looking for it. Let's see. So it's got Implacable going, which is really good card advantage, so that is scary. Nice, they low rolled on here. That's good. Have to trade some health. Okay. Can't interact with this guy, which sucks. But I think we're just going to do the same thing to them.
You tread in the cursed path. The shadows are always vigilant.
I don't think I want to trade health here. Okay, so hold on. So if these live plus Autark, that's going to be 4 or 5 plus 9. 14, 15, 16. There's an argument for me to attack here if they truly have like 0 defense and 0 clear. But if they do, I mean, I've got a lot to interact with the board next turn. I think I can trade health here. This potentially sets up lethal if they don't have any Vanguard or clear. Oh, Jacob, hey. I have not played against Lycus yet. We've actually been streaming for 3 hours and I haven't played against her yet. Her animation for her talent is crazy. Oh, nice. I'm excited to see it. I will be waiting to acquire her, but I'm excited. Jacob, are you doing any streaming coming up? Okay. I think we've got it. I think we've got it here. Right, if I did my math correctly. I'm historically terrible at math. We clear. All your troops get +1. This is 5. Plus 9 is 14. And then we hit with Warlord. Yep. That should do it. Let's play the Autark.
Hesitation leads only to failure. We must strike.
I agree. We must strike. Boom. Nice. Good one to end it on, right? Not bad. Got to play one of the new cards. Cheated a little bit. Very cool. Nice. We got that mission done. Sweet. We're getting all these other missions done. I think. Nice. Got enough for another pack. Heck yeah. All right. So let's just take stock of some of the new cards. We also did some grinding here. Not bad. Take those medals. Yeah, so for those who weren't here earlier, because we were talking about some of these, probably Saturday. Okay, great. Saturday I am pretty busy, but I will definitely try and tune in. I got my grandma's birthday on Saturday. Got to be there for that. Yeah, so Bright Lance Viper, it's a common. I don't think this card's great. It is good with like if you trigger the Spirit Stone ability and you give this flank, obviously this is pretty sweet. But I think that's a lot of conditions for not the biggest payoff, because although the stats are decent, 4, 5 flying, I mean generally kind of what you're looking for. The Shrine card, so give Shuriken 1 to a friendly troop. With 1 Soul Stone, you get another copy. I don't think this card really matters much. I don't really know that Shuriken 1 for 1 is that good. But boy, Orion, this card is... Man, it's a 4 energy for a 2/5/5 stealth with Waystone as well. And then when a friendly unit loses stealth, give it Shuriken 1 this turn. So it says friendly unit. So I think it includes itself, right? So it'll lose stealth the next turn. It gets Shuriken 1. Anything else you played prior that might lose stealth when you double spell this in the mid or late game will also get that buff. And then you've also got Flicker Jump for 0. Right? Give something in another Shuriken 1 and flying to an infantry. Oh, for the turn. And then if it has stealth, give it flying. Yeah, I mean, this card's so good. This card's so freaking good. There are just going to be curves where they literally go like stealth on 2, 3, 4, 5 against you. And you better be playing Blast or other AoE or stealth interaction, because they're just getting a massive card added to the roster with Orion. And the fact that this costs 0 too, and like you can flank in a stealther that then gets Shuriken from the bonus, plus this, like there's so much value you're getting out of Orion. So that's going to be a really, really impactful card, I think. Yeah, and then Lycus is interesting. I mean, or however you say her name. I'm just going to say Lycus because that's what my brain is telling me to say. I mean, the stealth kind of like doesn't really matter, right? But her ability, pay 2 to deal 2, and then if the target dies, give stealth to a friendly arena. I mean, giving stealth to our friendly infantry is insane. And it's interesting, right? Because obviously Eldar has a ton of stealth units, but they stealth in, they lose stealth. You can re-stealth them again. You can play other infantry that doesn't have stealth and stealth them with this ability. Yeah, I mean, I feel like there's a lot to like about her. I don't know if she's going to be like, I don't see her being like broken, but I guess we will see. So much Shuriken. Yeah, that's for sure. Farseer seems like a really cool card. This feels like a Galen card too, which I really would love for Galen to be like in the meta again. She's just been overshadowed by Jane and Eliak and Keltok for like a really long time. But this is sweet, right? 3 for a 3/4/3, very aggressively statted, right? It's got Waystone. When you collect a Spirit Stone, gain a shield. So ideally, you're playing this when you're collecting a stone from your ability that you used the prior turn, and then you'll have that stone to choose a card from your deck and draw it. So this also helps you curve out. So I feel like Farseer has a lot going for it. I mean, it's a lot worse when your prior turn isn't playing a stone like a Waystone unit. So there is that requirement for the card, but this is a lot of value for a 3-drop. Will it give stealth for destroying stones and remnants? Is that how... if target dies? I mean, I think because it has if target dies, it should not. Because a remnant doesn't die, nor does a stone. Like, the unit itself has to die. If they've coded this, I think, properly. That's my understanding, right? It's like if the unit itself dies, so if you kill that Scorptech Destroyer with this, but don't kill the remnant, right? Like you're actually killing the unit, then you're getting stealth. But we will see, because there have been issues with that in the past. So, but Farseer is a really cool card. I like it because it breaks kind of the mold of like you're playing a 3-drop flanker, right? Or a 2-drop flanker on this energy breakpoint. I kind of like. I feel like this will be like a really nice value card in the decks. The fact that like just imagining you go like first turn, make a unit, they kill it, you play Farseer, get the stone. This has shield. You've drawn from 3 options. And so now they have to like punch a flank unit into this and punch it with their face or vice versa. That feels really good, I think. And in the mid to late game, this is also going to feel good because drawing that extra card that you get to choose is definitely what aggressive or like tempo Eldar wants. So yeah, really excited to play with that card. Forewarned feels historically 2 and 3 energy, and especially 3 energy stratagems just have to be really impactful to be good. Giving +3/+3 to a friendly unit is fully just like, I want to suit up a stealth unit that's going to punch your face for a ton. Giving shield is a fairly big bonus, right? So you're getting to trade probably anywhere from 7 to 8 damage off a stealth unit plus this, and then giving it shield is a nice bonus. I just don't know that there's enough slots in the deck for this kind of card. This is also kind of a win more card, right? You have to be establishing something for this to matter. Oh, it is friendly unit, so you can use it on your Warlord. Okay, that makes this card better. So you punch something with your Warlord and shield your Warlord if you've got that Spirit Stone or the Waystone. It's okay. I just think you want to develop units. I think if this cost 2, I'd be down. But I think at 3, it's a little too much. You like this card, Jing? Okay. I mean, it's aggressive. That's for sure. It's aggressive. It's relatively efficient for what you're getting. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think I'll definitely try this card, but I don't know. Yeah, I'm not super sold on it personally, but we'll see. I think this card's really cool, like the Death Spinner, Warp Spider. I gotta go soon here, folks, but I'll speed this up. Yeah, 1 energy for a 1/3/1. It's got Waystone. And then the stealth, but then it can also get flank. I mean, this is just a cool, again, I feel like with these stone abilities, I feel like we're leaning towards Galen, I guess potentially Keltok. But yeah, I like this kind of like cheap little flank Waystone generator. Warp Spider X-Arch is interesting. I was kind of talking about this card earlier. Like, you kind of live the dream if you're able to like hit with this and then re-stealth it when you've got to collect that other stone. I mean, it's a 2/2/3 with upside and Waystone and stealth. That's pretty good for a 2-drop. So I imagine Lycus will play this, and I think, honestly, I think most non-Keltok decks will probably play this. The 3 health is also pretty big for this card, getting outside of Blast 2. So, I imagine that card will see play. Farseer Skyrunner, I think these sorts of 5 energy flyers, although this is really hugely statted, although it's only got the 5 health. I mean, it's kind of a cute effect. I mean, discard, we haven't really seen discard in this game, right? Choose a card in the enemy hand, shuffle it into their deck. That could be more powerful than I'm giving it credence. But the fact that it's not got flying or sniper or flank or sniper, something to give this a little bit more upfront value than just this ability, I feel like is pretty lackluster. Autark is interesting. This thing is a stat house, right? Like when you have and it's only one stone to give everything, including itself, +1/+1/+1. It's just like a big warlock or whatever. It's not necessarily what you want to play on 6, but I could see maybe this making like seeing some amount of play. And then Fate is Inescapable, I think, is very efficient. This costing 1 less because you're gonna have a bunch of stealthers, very easy. And then Vulnerable 2 means you're clearing, you know, anywhere from 4 to 6 health troops very easily, especially with Shuriken. The question is how many slots can you devote to this? So. Oh, hey BJ. Dang, I gotta go. I got an appointment, but oh, that's all good, Gulligros. I will try and do some more streaming later, and feel free to catch the VOD on YouTube or whatever. But yeah, I mean Eldar. I think Galen's getting a huge buff from this reinforcement. I think Lycus, I really won't know until I play with her, but I think she has definitely some pretty powerful stuff. It looks like, yeah, and I like some of the little like other troops that they've added to the roster. So I think we won a pretty good amount of games. We got some stuff done today, which was really nice. Let's see how we're looking in the rankings. Yeah, Chaos is our highest, almost at 3K with Ultramarine. I think these will probably be my 4 for the season. I'm liking playing Harkin, kind of switching between Calgar and Uriel and Varro, so that's fun. Swarmlord I think is really fun to play with the stealth, and then I'll probably do some Eldar climbing for the raid. So thanks everybody for being here. I'll definitely try and post when I can stream. If anyone wants to join me for Shadowverse stuff in basically like I think an hour or 2, I think I'm going to try and be back in at the latest 2 hours from now to stream that. Feel free to come through. But thanks so much for being here. I always appreciate getting to hang out with you guys. So other than that, take care, and I'll see you next time.